Heal Without Scars helps translate God's love into inspiring, educating, and empowering at-risk teens in the Low Country. Today, I talk one-on-one with Artheria Bennett of Heal Without Scars for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Artheria Bennett, welcome to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Quintin, for having me on your show this morning.
I appreciate it greatly here on this Labor Day. I know that you are with Heal Without Scars, and obviously you all translate God's love into action by inspiring, educating, and empowering at-risk teens by offering creative and innovative programs, exposing the youth to opportunities that develop their character and self-esteem. Let me ask you, Ms. Artheria, what's new and what's now at Heal Without Scars?
Well, we are currently, other than the program that we are doing, well, the event, that we're doing on September the 18th, that's our biggest thing that we're focusing on right now. Our first community fun day, on September the 18th at the Lincolnville Community Center is our, focal point right at this current moment.
And what else is your focal point as far as innovative programs?
Well, I've been connecting with several people in the Low Country area, helping the kids with more so trying to empower them, definitely to know their worth, definitely working along with them with the self-esteem, building character. We just partnered with another young lady that had an empowerment brunch for youth, and so we had an opportunity to partner with her. That was 2 weekends ago, and it was an amazing event. People came in and they talked about the importance of mental health, emotional health, just working on things, knowing how to talk things out, not holding things in. That was one of the very important things. Hygiene, the things to do as a young lady, how to keep yourself, how to make sure that you're carrying yourself in a mannerable way. So those are some of the things, even preparing them for jobs. There was resumes and things that they talked about there as well. So that was amazing, to be a part of that.
Yes, indeed. What is the state of mental health and what is the state of emotional health when you look at the at-risk teens here in the Low Country?
Oh my gosh, there's so much that, when you look at these kids and you don't even realize some of the things that they go through in the inside. They hold a lot in. There's things that's going on in their homes, at school, prayer pressure, now that with them being on virtual, so they're having to learn how to adapt to being able to do work from home, along with trying to, adjust things. Some people are visual people, I am, so being in a classroom setting is better for some people, and some people just have a difficult time, dealing with everything that's going on. So on top of what goes on in your home, some of them are in single parent homes, some of them are being raised by their grandparents or other siblings, because parents have to work. And so it's so much things that's going on in the world today, along with in these kids' home and in their personal lives. Some of them deal with self-esteem, being, I guess, looking at other kids and seeing that they don't look like them, or, being teased for their appearance, or, the way that they look and different things so it's difficult. It's very difficult. I too once, I lived in a home with both my parents dealt with mental illness, and I went through a stage of not understanding everything. Depression creeped in, having to live with different family members, didn't understand, why me? And I didn't have anyone I felt at that time that understood me, but, to God be the glory, there was people in my life that saw the good in me, and they took me in and they loved me, and to help me to be who I am today.
And I'm going to get back to that in just a second, but I know that obviously, as you mentioned, quote, we translate God's love into action by inspiring, educating, and empowering at-risk teens by offering creative and innovative programs, exposing the youth to the opportunities that develop character and self-esteem. How has God's love inspired, educated, and empowered those at-risk teens here in the Low Country?
Well, I've had an opportunity to work along with a group home that housed 38 children, along with kids that I work along with. I just got two new girls into the group, and I'm looking to work with the young men on the outside of the group, because at the group home I only can go in and interact with them because they can't come out right now. And so just simple things as just letting them know that someone out here does care, showing them love, as I've had an opportunity to partner with several different businesses, actually Sam's, Walmart, let's see, Chick-fil-A, Pizza Hut, the local, have so many people that have came on board with me to help me to be able to show this, show the love of God to the kids, and being able to give them incentives. I've had Starbucks came in, Home Depot, Lowe's, just so many different people that have partnered with me to help me to be able to display this love to the kids. And something simple as giving them a free meal to Chick-fil-A, or giving them a gift card, to go to Walmart and do stuff. And just even with cupcakes downtown Charleston, they had partnered with me as well, where once a month I get to go and get cupcakes and hand deliver them to different youth. Just showing them love, and just showing them that somebody out here cares, that there's still people out here that is concerned and realize that they are our future. They're our now future right now, so the importance of that. I've also had an opportunity to talk with others. There's some things that we're going to do in the future, dealing with kids that, have had, I guess I can say, drug violence, all these things. We're going to do an event that we're going to be able to share with other people that have the families that have been involved in losing loved ones through drug violence, and talking about the importance of sometimes these kids, the topic of it was hurting people hurt people. And so therefore we were, talking about sometimes getting to the root cause of what these kids are really carrying on the inside. And when they're hurting, they hurt other people. So that's one of the things that we're focusing on as well, to be able to look into doing as well with the kids.
And I know you brought up your personal story just a few seconds ago. How have you developed your own character and self-esteem through this organization?
Well, again, it's crazy enough that the hardest time of my life, the Lord did, allow me to know everything that I went through in my life just wasn't just cause. There was a purpose and a plan. I was asking him, I said, okay, God, it's got to be more to my life than this. Everything that I've gone through, raising two young men in a single parent home, dealing with what I've dealt with, having to be the strong person for my parents. So it was like, there was people in my life that poured into me at the time I needed it the most. So he then let me know that the same love and the kindness that people showed me at the time where I needed it the most to make me who I am today, he then told me to give back to these kids at the same way that someone gave to me. I'm giving back to them. So the character and the educating and empowering these kids, it comes from my heart, because I once walked this road, and I realized the importance of giving back and showing them, my kids as well. Raising up in a single parent home, raising young men wasn't easy. I couldn't teach them how to be men. But again, there was people in my life, in our life at that time, that poured into them the same way someone poured into me to help them to be who they are today. And both of my young men, I'm very proud of them, doing great things. One is a coroner, working in the funeral industry. Another one is a manager at T-Mobile and getting ready to open a restaurant. So I give God the glory, because he saw fit for my kids to indeed be great men, and me to be a pretty good woman. I think, to be able to show that I can give back to these kids and empower them at the time where they needed it the most.
And speaking of the teens and characters, how do the teens in your program reflect on their character strengths?
Oh, wow. And that's where we are. In the beginning of this, you have to first gain the kids. And so we're walking it out where, You have to show them that you're approachable, that they can trust you, because some of them are not going to open up to you just, and some people are, all of the kids are different, so you have to first show them, and that's where we are. We're building a relationship, to know that I am going to be who I say I am. I'm going to be that mentor, the cheerleader, that person that you can feel that you can talk to about anything. But that's where we are. We're building a relationship.
Absolutely. I'm going to get back to that in just a second. But how do they actually identify meaningful goals?
Well, actually spoke to, with speaking to them in a group, and then we, talk on individual things, some of the goals that they desire to do. Most of them, very intelligent children, young ladies, the goals that they're setting for themselves is, one of them are saying, just to be able to get through this pandemic and be able to still pursue what they need to pursue in their grades, trying to pass, getting to the next grade. So their goals has kind of shifted over because of something new that we've never experienced before. So, the long-term goals, that they talk about is, who they want to be when they grow up. But right now, our most so focused thing is being able to get through this difficult time. And the goals is to better themselves, learn to listen a little bit better, to their teachers, even in virtual and now back in school, being able to kind of, grasp a hold of everything that they have going on and target each thing that they have before them as best as they can. So that's the goals for them right now. That's what we're focusing on, helping them to get through and get to the next level in their grades.
And Ms. Bennett, in the midst of all this with COVID, how do they actually reflect on what's really important to them?
Wow. And again, it's that right there. I've heard some of them, because some of them struggle in their academics, their mindset now is changing, because they realize that, they can't give up in this season that we're in, simply because it's crucial, and it's they're more important. The most important thing to them right now is pushing to get to where they need to get to in this season that they're in, with their academics, their mental, the emotional, every area of their life, their home life. They're just, this is a different season that we're in, because again, we've never had to experience this. So trying to get them to definitely know that in the midst of everything that you're going through, you're going to make it. You're going to make it through this. This too shall pass. Right. So we're focusing, on trying to push them to the next level. Again, I can't reiterate no more than that, because again, this is a very important time that we're in. And with them seeing different things that they've seen, some of them have lost loved ones, some of them have lost, friends to COVID. So their mindset and different things are changing now. They're trying to position themselves to know that no matter what comes, we're going to make it through this situation. So,
and obviously we all are not mind readers, but how hard has it been for the kids to actually accept failure?
And sometimes it's been difficult, because some of them, they value what their parents say, they value what their family members say, they value what people say around them, their peers. So when they don't meet the expectations of everyone else, or even themselves, that they set for themselves, and sometimes they fall short, it is, even as us being adults, when we set our goals and set things there, and we realize that we don't meet the mark all the time, but we dust the dust off of us, we get back up again, and we keep going. So right now, with that, we let them know that, okay, even us as adults, we don't always make it. We don't always, dot every I and cross every T, but in the midst of it, this too, we're going to get through this as well. So the failure aspect, it is a little difficult in some areas, because again, as I reiterate about that, the expectations of people, the way that they look at them. So they're trying really hard, but I keep reminding them that you have to first be able to do this for you. Do it for yourself. And then if you do it for yourself, then everybody else will see what you're trying to do, because you got to first love what you're doing, and be passionate about what you're trying to do.
How do you reframe? How do they refrain from those negative judgments?
Well, therefore, we have to first realize, and that's one of the things I find myself trying to encourage them, to let them know that sometimes you have to learn how to have like blinders, and even with your ears you got to kind of tune out certain things, because if you keep hearing, all this negative stuff come in, you're going to start looking at yourself differently, and you're going to start reacting to what you hear. So sometimes you got to kind of channel it in, and you just have to remind yourself, I am worthy, I'm valuable. I don't have to listen to, all the negative things, because sometimes even with kids that say negative things about other kids, they're not happy with themselves. So I have to remind them. I often send texts to them weekly, giving them something encouraging to know that you're beautiful, you're worthy, you're amazing. Just, building them up to know that no matter what anyone else says about you, you got to first love you and know that somebody else is over here pushing and rooting. We got this together.
Yes, ma'am. And let me ask you this: how have you been able to heal yourself without being scarred?
Oh Lord. That and sometimes you don't even realize some of the things, even as growing up, and like I said earlier in this, the scars that you carry from your youth, and when you learn that you don't understand it all, and different things that you've experienced in your life. But I couldn't do it by myself. With the strength of God, He has been the lifter up of my head. He's been the strength of my life. And with Him, I realized that all things are possible. He's been what has helped me to be who I am today. He's put people in my pathway in many difficult situations in my life. But He's just been the strength. Every arrow, every detour, GPS reroutes me right back to Him. So in everything, I give Him thanks, because I realized that I didn't understand it all, but through those situations, He helped to build me. These things that I went through, it wasn't easy, but it built my character. It built me to be who I am, and He just let me know that I didn't build you to break you. He built me strong. And some people that have experienced what I've experienced didn't make it through. The spirit of suicide was upon me. Depression was upon me. And I was like, it's just not fair. There's no way that I should have to experience all this as a young woman. There's no, just having to go from this person's house to that person's house. It was difficult. I felt like, well, this is not fair. Does my parents love me? And I watched go and live with family members, and I watched them interact with their parents. And it was hard. But He showed me then, that realizing that, okay, I had a purpose and a plan for you. So I brought you through that you can stand and tell somebody else that if it hadn't been for me that was steering and directing your life, even when you didn't see it, then you wouldn't be able to stand today. So that's how I'm able to say that I'm healed without the scars.
And you touched on it just a tad bit earlier, Miss Artheria, but what affirmations have those teens created thus far?
Oh man, it's just and it's crazy, just enough where they have placed some things. I have one young lady that is in a single parent home. She's gone through a lot, but she's focused, and she said, no matter what I'm experiencing, I'm gonna get to the other side of this. Very intelligent young woman. Matter of fact, there's several of them. Very intelligent young ladies. I have one young lady. Both her mom is very sick. She's in and out of the hospital. But this young lady has found the time to find something that is crafty, and she's learned how to make bracelets, and so she focuses on the positive things, not the negative things. And she's looking in that, okay, I can do this, and I'm going to be somebody. And that's what she's working toward. Some of these kids are definitely working toward that. I am going to be somebody. I am going to be okay.
Right. That's exactly right. And How did the teens actually create an action plan to combat those low self-esteem experiences?
Well, that's another thing that we are definitely working on. Again, the empowerment brunches, and we had an empowerment event back in June,
Okay.
where it was where we talked about, knowing your worth and your values and the actions that we work on. So the things that we've been getting them to understand is pretty much writing down what do you feel about yourself, like how do you view yourself, and being able to see where we look at, okay, I might not be strong in this area, or I might not be, I'm stronger in this area and I'm not as strong in this area. So the plans are, we're going to get it to where we're going to get you up to a level where, we're going to work with you and see what we can do together, to help make things where you seem like you're here, but we're going to get you up here. So just kind of going step by step to target the areas of their lives where they feel like they're not as strong in. So
And
that's the action plans. We're doing it together.
oh wow, that's just amazing. And it's another redundant question, Miss Artheria. But how did you, as a young girl with a dream, become a woman with a vision?
As a young girl, at the age of 4, I had a cousin. Well, with being having to be with different family members, I had a relative that owned a salon, and I would go and I would sit under her and just watch her, and just looking at her, seeing. I kept saying, "That's what I want to do." At a young kid, and I kept saying, "This is what I do." So I would have my doll babies, and I would cut all the hair off and do things, just to pertaining using my hands.
Right.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to be a cosmetologist, and I'm going to be a teacher. And, those are the things that I kept, saying that I wanted to be. And I kept focusing on those things as, to weigh out all of the negative things. I try to put the energy into doing something that I love, the passion of something, to give myself to it. And as I grew up, I started going in the salon or whatever. And as I got older, I went to school, and I am currently a salon owner.
Wow.
Yes, and I also work with deceased. I do go in the funeral home and do hair for deceased. And so I just channeled those things in, and I try to use everything I could, and the vision, having a vision board and writing down the things
Yes.
that I desired to, do. And as I got older, I began to check them off as they came to pass.
And obviously, you said this quote: "We still believe in our children and and their future, obviously, but do they still believe in you and your organization?"
Well, with us being in the early stages of the organization, because Heal Without Scars was launched last year. And so, again, trying to build that relationship with them, and they're seeing, and just from us meeting and getting to know each other, I have had so much positive, feedback from people, and had some new girls come in because somebody else believed in, someone else has the understand my heart, and me sharing my story, someone else saw that, okay, well, there's some other young ladies that need to hear what you have to say,
Sure.
because I'm a living witness of going through, difficult times in my life, but God's brought me. And I know that, I keep reflecting back that I can't do it without him.
Yes,
I
indeed.
can't even do anything without him. Even with the organization, it's based on, the love of God, because love will conquer all. A mouth can say anything. You can say anything, but your action speaks louder than words. So therefore, with us building, a relationship with these girls, I'm grateful that I get the feedback from the young ladies, that they tell me that they enjoy coming to the events that, we've been able to put on, and, just be able to, we're still, again, learning each other and building a relationship. So
And,
yeah, that's where we are.
and speaking of which, obviously you can't name the kids in the organization for privacy reasons. But which one of those young girls resembles a young you?
Wow. It's actually several. It's several of them, but it's two of them particular. And again, can't call names, however, but well, and looking at one of the young ladies, I'll say this much. Um, it's it's hard, it's something, the energy that she gives off, and I look at her, and she's very encouraging. We have group chats, and her response, just to me, and she just, the way that she responds to people, she has such a loving and caring demeanor. I mean, just, it's just so much that I love being able to interact with her. I love being able to talk to her. It's just so much that I get from each one of these girls, even just being able to just look at their smiles, them interact with me. It just means so much. But it's the couple that touch my heart, because I see the yearning of them wanting to be a better them. I see them wanting to make sure that they are successful young women. So it's a few, but I can call Talia, um, Genesis. I mean, Denaya, Akira, Anaya, Ariana. It's just, oh my gosh, these girls are amazing. So yeah, just I see me in each one of them.
That's amazing.
I see myself in each one of those girls.
Each one of them. And let's fast forward to the future as far as the kids. Let me ask you, September 18th, the big event coming up in Lincolnville. Who, what, when, where, and how?
Okay, so we have our community event, our first fun day, September the 18th from 12 to 4. It's at the Lincolnville Community Center in the Lincolnville area. We're inviting all of the Tri-County area, and because of COVID, we're definitely still trying to be careful of how we do this day here, and work this day out as far as social distancing, making sure that we doing the sanitizing and all that other stuff, but wearing the mask. But we're inviting everyone from the Tri-County area to come out. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter. We're not. It's not just stereotype. We're not going to just have one. We want everyone to come out, to enjoy. We again have so many people that have helped to make this day a success. Again, Walmart, Sam's, Chick-fil-A, Pizza Hut. We have Pizza Hut is donating 30 boxes of pizzas. We had Chick-fil-A that gave hundreds of gift cards. We have people that have donated food. We have a great team that have put together games. We have giveaways. We have it. We have vendors that have come, to help us out, and they're going to be we have the Italian ice that's going to be out there, jump castles, all-star jump castles. So we have a day lined up for the kids to come out. And sometimes I realize, even in us meeting, because we had an opportunity to do a bowling tournament, the adult versus the youth, and the kids, they were like, okay, this is our outlet. So some of them deal with so much in their home, so they were like, we're grateful to be able to get out and let our hair down. So this is one of the events where we want you guys to come out and let your hair down and be able to take part in this festive day. We have entertainment, music, so you can come out and just have a good time. And we was welcome everyone to come out to just interact with Heal Without Scars. Everybody is special in the eyes of Heal Without Scars.
Absolutely. And what investment do you hope the community will make into Heal Without Scars in the future?
Well, that's a great thing to say right at this current point, because I just spoke with the marketing young lady that has partnered with me to help me. Near future, we would like to have a empowerment center. And I would like to be able to house children. They come in, they can do homework, have a warming environment, provide food, help with their homework. Some of them may not have Wi-Fi. They could come in and, do homework, have a moment of just enjoying other kids, have some playing basketball, or doing activities, just to be able to bring the kids, to show them that, hey, it's not all about being on the streets. There is some place that you can come, a safe haven, and we just welcome them in all ages, from the 12 to 18, and come out. That's my goal. That's Heal Without Scars goal, because I realize I can't do this by myself. So I have a team of people that see where I'm going and trying to make this work.
And for more information, where can we go?
Well, we have the um, Heal Without Scars at gmail.com. The phone number, 843-530-8846. So you can reach out to me in that way. My website is actually being tweaked right now, so shortly it'll be up, so you can look us up that way. I'm on Facebook, Heal Without Scars on Facebook. So yeah, you can reach out that way.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
track us and see what we're doing.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Artheria Bennett, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you for the opportunity and this platform that you've given us today. You have a great day, sir.
Likewise. Thank you so much.